Defilers, just how good are they? In this series, I'm going to teach you how to use each Chaos Space Marine unit more effectively. So, Defilers, they're everywhere at the moment. Everybody wants one. But how good actually are they? So, I've got myself 3 Defilers currently. I've got 2 of the GW new Defilers. And then I've got 1 of the old Defilers. So one's obviously painted Emperor's Children. They're not completely finished yet. But there they are just for size comparison. So the old one's more wider and a bit lower. But with his icon, he is about the same height. But yeah, he's just a lot more spread out. So I think what I'm going to do potentially is maybe cut him off his base and try and repose the legs maybe. But then I might just leave him because I don't know how often I'm going to be using them. They're probably going to be nerfed like anything pretty soon, I'd guess, because they are a little bit undercosted at the moment. But for now, we'll enjoy our Defilers. So let's get our stats up. So there's no point in getting the card up. So what I'll do, I'll talk through it. So Defilers have got now movement 12, and they are toughness 11 with a 3-up save. They've got 18 wound, which is nice, and leadership 6, which is standard, and OC 5, which is decent, pretty standard for machines of that type. I'm going to go to their ability though, because one of the problems with Defilers before they had their update was that you couldn't really move around because the bases are huge. Okay, if we put a standard Space Marine in, yeah, it's not a standard Space Marine. Here we go. We've got a Legionnaire over here. Put a Space Marine in. He is the Defilers are pretty big. The bases are huge. I forgot what the base are. I think maybe 120 mil. Let me have a quick check. 160 mil. So they're huge. Okay, great unclean one size, I believe. So moving them around is a bit of a problem. But they've now got the ability called Scuttling Walker, which is an improvement on the last one. Each time they make a normal advance or fallback move, not a charge move, it can move through models, so that's enemy and your own models, and terrain features. When doing so, it can move within engagement range of enemy models, but cannot end that move within engagement range of them. And any desperate escape test is automatically passed. So you can move through models at no penalty. You just can't end up with your base on top of them or within engagement range. For the Chaos Space Marine variety of I forgot what they're called. Defiler, that's the word. For the Chaos Space Marine Defiler, your other rule is Demon Forge. Okay, each time you make a Dark Pact until the end of the phase, each time this model makes an attack, re-roll a wound roll of 1. In addition, once per battle, when this unit makes a Dark Pact, before making the resulting leadership test, you can declare it will overcharge its Demon Forge. If it does, if you fail your Dark Pact, you suffer 3 more wounds. But regardless of whether you do or not, you can re-roll the wound rolls rather than just the re-rolling ones, which is pretty good. Pretty good indeed. So this guy coming onto weaponry, he's got some noise marine guns stuck on, which I think is pretty cool. Like I say, he's still not finished painted. This guy's got the last cannons on. They've got the ectoplasm cannon, or whatever it's called, the ectoplasma destructor. So they've both got that, because I think that's the better option. And they've both got excruciator cannons. So you can have excruciator cannons, or you can have magma cutters. They're both the same. So excruciator cannons are what you find on the Venom Crawler, and magma cutters are what you find on the Forge Fiend. So not the Forge Fiend, apologies. The Mauler Fiend. So magma cutters, you've got 12-inch range. You get 2 shots, hitting on freeze. Strength 9. Let me try and show you. Just looking on my iPad. So magma cutters here, hitting on 3, strength 9, -4, d6 damage, melt 2. Okay, if you look to the excruciator cannons, 36 inches. You get two of these, by the way. So it would be 4 with the magma cutters and 12 with the excruciator cannons. Hitting on 3, strength 6, -1 AP, 2 damage. That 2 damage hits hard. Over the weekend, lost the Vindicator to the excruciator cannons. Then you've got over the ectoplasma destructor, or the Hades battle cannon. Okay, so 48-inch range and blast, 36-inch range and blast. So the ectoplasma gets D6 shots. Hades battle cannon gets D6 plus 3. Both hitting on 3s. The difference is strength 12, strength 10. Not that great of a difference. Both damage 3, but it's minus 3 AP for the ectoplasma and minus 1 for the Hades battle cannon. So I always go for that. I think that is the superior option. Then you've got a whole host of weapons. You can have either double these up, apart from the close combat weapon, which we won't really worry about at the moment. But you can either have 2 heavy Reaper autocannons, which is the favourite of the Death Guard. You can have missile launcher, bale flamer, las cannon. I think you can only have 1 bale flamer if I'm correct, or 2 Hades las cannons. I'll go for the las cannons because they are they're most efficient at killing tanks. Missile launcher standard. Reaper cannons are standard, but you get 8 shots, obviously, because you'd have 2 of them. Dev Ruin, sustain 1. Strength 9, minus 1 AP. Damage 3. Pretty good, especially in Death Guard, because they get lethal hits as well. The Flamer is a Bale Flamer, so that's got 2 damage, which is pretty good. You can only have one heavy Bale Flamer, 1 missile launcher. I don't think you can have... Yeah, no, you can't have another one. You can either have 2 Reaper autocannons, 2 las cannons, or an Electro Scourge and one of the others. So, into close combat then. So it's good at shooting, but it also packs a punch in combat. So you can have, you've got the shooting claws. The Electro Scourge I probably wouldn't go for because you've got enough punch with this anyway. The Electro Scourge is 5 attacks, sustain 2, hitting on 3, strength 12, minus 2 AP and 2 damage, which is really quite good. But then it's like, do you want it for close combat, or do you want it for shooting, or do you want it for both? If you go for the Electro Scourge, you're going to be dropping one of those las cannons, one of those Reaper auto cannons, or whatever you put on there. But it's already got shooting claws. You can either do the big strikes, strength 5, hitting on 3, 5 attacks, hitting on 3, strength 16, minus 3 AP, D6 plus 1. Pretty good. The sweep, it's okay, a little bit disappointing with only 1 damage, but it's 10 attacks, hitting on 3, strength 6, minus 2 AP, and only 1 damage, which isn't that great, but it's still good enough to clear a I don't know, probably not going to clear a squad, but you know, it's all right. If you've got the Electro Scourge, you're more likely to clear infantry, but your targets are going to be more enemy vehicles or enemy defilers or big units like that. Okay, so how good are they? They are really, really good at the moment. For 250 points, this guy can move pretty fast. He can shoot his las cannons and his ectoplasma, kill any sort of vehicles, any elite infantry. Then he can also use his excruciator cannon, clear up some infantry with the 2 damage, charge in anything that don't kill. With those big claws, you can take out vehicles pretty easily. It's basically like 5 stronger than las cannon shots in close combat, which is pretty good. And then if you did want to take out smaller infantry, you could potentially do tank shock. You got 11 dice. You can then hit with the 10 attacks. You're probably not going to kill a squad with them, but hopefully you would have done enough damage on the way in just to be able to finish it off. So you're probably not going to be ideally going into infantry with this guy. It's going to be your bigger targets, heavier targets, or just sit back and shoot, depending on where you are. Emperor's Children 1 is pretty good as well, because obviously don't forget you get advanced shooting charge, fallback shooting charge built in as standard. That one you get +1 to hit if your enemy is at full strength. I'll be doing a video on that in a minute. Well, not in a minute, but later on. Okay. So this guy, Chaos Space Reinversion. Forget the Emperor's Children one at the moment. It's good. We'll get into that in another video. Chaos Space Reinversion, it is very good. I actually thought it was potentially one of the better ones. Death Guard, strips cover. Emperor's Children hits on 2s, that's pretty good. I think Thousands and Overwatches and the World Eater 1, it's got sustain, which is just pretty crazy. It hits on 4s, but it's sustained, so that's pretty good. They are all pretty good, and they're all 250 points. Do I think they're going to last at 250 points? I do not think so. I think they're going to be more like 300 points maybe. Heading up. They've also got a 5+ invuln, which I forgot to mention, which makes them really durable. I was using them last weekend in Vashtor's detachment, where you can heal them back up, which was nice. But they're probably going to be best in maybe raiders. You could, well, no, not raiders. So raiders, you got assault on everything, get the extra AP on the objective, but they're probably going to be best running them in pack bound. We've obviously sustained. Do them Nurgle, they got sustained on 5s, or lethals on 5s. Put them next to a Halbrute, they're going to get both. Put them next to Abaddon, and they're getting full rerolls to hit. So you could have full rerolls, full to hit, full rerolls to wound. Critting on 5, lethal and sustain with a Halbrute. It's just gonna be carnage. But yeah, a couple of people said I really should try it out, but I don't know. I'm reluctant to try it out. I've got all the stuff, but I am reluctant to try it out just because I don't like playing like that. I like just running into combat and just being carefree and whatever. But might have to give it a go. So we'll see. But yeah, want to hear your thoughts, your opinions. How do you set your defilers up? Set them up. Anyone use the Electro Scourge? Anyone not use las cannons on the Chaos Space Marine version? Anyone go for the Magma Cutters? And if so, why? And also, do you think they're... I know it's a silly question, but what do you think about the points cost? Do you think they're going to go up or stay the same? And with 11th on the horizon, they're only going to get better, I'd say, because they're going to benefit from the shooting buffs, because obviously everything on objective is going to be out in the... it's going to be in getting cover, obviously, but it is still going to be shootable. And then obviously rolling the charges and also the greater engagement range. So they're looking to me like they're going to be even better in 11th than they are in 10th. And at the moment, they are really, really good. Everyone's got a Defiler. Let me know in the comments what you think about Defilers, and we'll have a chat down there.